Well, hello folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up that screen. Cybl, CYBL. I'm going to talk today about why I added to my position, and we're going to talk all about Cybl. But first, I do want to talk about the market a little bit. It's a little bit down today. That's not surprising given last week was up huge. I mean, I'm sure your portfolio probably looked a little bit better. I know mine did, and I hope yours did too. But the market's in a lot of turmoil. You know, we've had a lot of bad weeks, a lot more bad weeks than good ones, that's for sure, especially in penny stock land. It's been vicious, and they have not even participated in much of the improvements. And of course, this chart pretty much shows it. And this shows all your small cap companies, and I think it's a good representation of the micro caps and the pennies as well. As you can see, it's almost the lowest it's ever been. And the reason it is so low is all the things we just talked about, but also this. When the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index is the lowest it's ever been since they've been producing this chart, it lets you know that everybody's pissed off, in a bad mood, and inflation freaks out this country. Look, there are certain things this country won't tolerate. Number one is high gas prices. Number two is high inflation. They're just not going to tolerate it. They're going to get angry, and the stock market's going to represent that because a lot of people lose faith. And it's going to take some time for this to come back. But come back it will, because it always has. Every time it comes back. It likes to stay somewhere around 17, 18, 19 in that neighborhood, and it's down around 10. So I think the entire market will improve at some point, and I'm trying to buy at these low times. So that's part of it. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to go willy-nilly and just buy anything. I'm going to try to buy profitable companies or companies that have a lot of juice. And CYBL interests me a lot because, number one, it's a penny stock. Number two, it's profitable. And number three, it's got a lot of growth. So let's take a look at CYBL. This, of course, interests me a ton. This was our first quarter. And this was a big improvement year over year, obviously, and they continue to drive the revenues, but $6.2 million in revenue and a real nice profit of $1.5 million, even after taxes, $1.243. That's real nice on a penny stock. To see that, I'm very pleased, and that makes me quite comfortable with CYBL. The other issue is they're expecting $44 million in sales for 2022, and they've only done 6 so far. So they're looking for some serious growth in that second, third, and fourth quarter. And we're almost to the end of the second quarter. So I'm feeling real good about its possibilities. They're also talking about upwards of $100 million in 2023. So that would be very significant. The other issue is that it's basically sitting right at support. There's a little bit of a corridor here that I'm comfortable buying CYBL in. And I take this chart seriously because this has got enough information on it to where I can feel fairly comfortable with these lines, because this goes back almost a year, and you can see where it ran up with all the other penny stocks in the fall of last year. Everything ran up, and this was 6 cents, and now it's down to under 1.3. So right in this area is where I can add to my position, and I did that today. And what my plan is, as you know, this company has a yield sign on it. Right here, pink limited information. And that's an issue because that means the OTC is not happy with the information they've gotten. Now, this company just delivered their amended first quarter with the attorney letter here, and I've covered that to embolden the fact that they believe they should be current and this yield sign should go away. And that's this quarterly report that I just showed you with the profit and loss. And this attorney has been an attorney for 30 years, and I read through the letter, and it looks pretty good to me. But this yield sign is kind of an opportunity. It's risky. Realize anything that says yield should make you take pause. But if this yield sign goes away, this thing's going to jump some. I don't see any way that it doesn't. It'll probably jump too much because the shorts will get involved, and they'll buy it up on the news because that's what they do. And then they'll short it when it gets up. Let's say it were to jump, up to 2 cents or something like that, or 2.5. They would jump on it and short the crap out of it and try to pull it back down in this area. So my plan, because I added some today, is I would sell some if it ran up real quick and take some profit, and then it'll probably pull back a little bit, and then I can add to my position and actually wind up with more shares for the same amount of money, which would be my goal. So I'm not ignoring the yield sign by any stretch. I'm trying to use it as an opportunity, and I'm going to try to use the shorts and the yields to do my dirty work for me.
I'm going to use you two guys to do my dirty work for me.
Yep, that's right. Exactly like that. I've got little clay things of a yield and the shorts, and anyway. So that's my plan with Cybl today. Like I said, I feel pretty good about it. You know, always remember it's a penny stock. Take that into account. There's always risk, and it does have that yield sign. But I feel comfortable enough to add to my position. And as I always do, I stay within 10% on my OTC stocks, 10% of my total portfolio. I don't go crazy with it. You have to pick your own percentage that you're comfortable with. 10% is mine. And if these things got any lower, I might even increase that a little bit. That would be rare for me to do that. You know, I might go up 11, 12, something like that, but not much, because I do think there's some opportunities out there, but I'm not going to go too crazy with it because I like to sleep at night. But if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover Cybl. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give it a chance. I would appreciate it. And we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.